everyone. I'm Barb Fecto,
And I'm Christy Showman Fair.
and we will be your guides through LBS
803.
803.
Yes. Oh, were
So,
we doing that together?
well, we did it this time.
Yes. Okay.
This is not our first take.
No.
Uh, anyway, it's a survey of children's and young adult literature, and we have been teaching this for like 5 years
Yeah.
together. Yeah, so we are very different people. I don't know if any of you are Ted Lasso fans, but our dynamic is she's Ted Lasso and I'm Coach Beard. We both own it. We both love it.
Yes.
Okay. Here's the thing. So before we tell you about our specific sections, some of the overarching formatting of the course, we're going to give you a sneak
You're the first group to ever get it.
preview. So this is last year's course, so the dates are going to be different, but this is what it's going to look like. If you've taken a course with me before, you're like, oh yeah, I'm familiar with this. But for those of you for whom it's brand new, so we have modules broken up, and Christy has the first 6 weeks, and then I have the second 6 weeks. And then we share the welcome section, which is this very section that you're in right now. So there's our notes and the video. Then the rubrics are here, and we have two different sets of rubrics for each section. So keep an eye on those. Then we've got the syllabus, and then these are key things for part one, and then our introduction where you go in and introduce yourself. So that's how it's laid out. And due dates. So because of 4th of July this year, they're giving a whole week for 4th of July,
So
which
lucky.
is kind of nice. But the dates are a little squished together. This is what used to be a 15-week course, squished into a 12-week course. So there's a little more work than you might be used to in a 15-week course, but we believe in you. We think you'll be fine. So the first 6 weeks go through conveniently until just before 4th of July. And then you've got 4th of July week off. So you're going to have an extra week in there, which Christy will talk about.
Yes.
Good news for
You'll
you.
have stuff to do.
Yeah. But you can, and for me, the course ends on the 17th. However, we're going to of August. Yeah, so far in the future. Don't even think about it. But we're going to extend it to the 19th, just so you have a couple of extra days if you want to get extra work in. But that last week is a slightly shorter week if we go by the SSU calendar. So there's that. All right, I want to stop sharing. I've had enough of the sharing. Okay, now Christy's going to tell you about her section.
Yeah, so I have the first 6 weeks, and we are going to be covering children's literature from kindergarten to sixth grade. And my weeks are broken up by format. So we have picture books, then early transitional books, graphics and comics, graphic novels and comics, comic novels. That's a different week. Then we do narrative fiction, informational text, and poetry. Every week you will have readings and some videos and maybe even podcasts to listen to, a selection of information to absorb. And the expectation is that you're reading books in that format. Then you will have to do some annotations of the books that you're reading. You'll do a discussion. So there'll be a prompt, and the readings that you read will inform what you write in your discussion. And then there'll be an assignment. We both do a contract grading type approach, and that means that you have choice. So you don't have to do everything. There are 6 weeks in each section. I'm super
Keep power through.
Keep going. 6 weeks, but you only will have to do 5 of the assignments. So you get a bye week, and you will just let us know which week you want to take a break. You do not get to take a break from your midterm, though. You do have a midterm in my section. You'll be doing a mini diversity equity audit of a library collection. And I'll walk you through that, but you will want to start planning and thinking about it from the beginning, because it is quite a bit of work. If you have access to a library, you can use that collection. If you don't, I will give you a fake library to use. And I think that's it for my 6 weeks.
Okay. I want to be really clear that you don't get a whole bye week with me, but you get a bye from the big project.
Okay, yes.
Because there are 4 assignments every week from me. But 3 of them are super easy. They practically write themselves without even the help of AI, which I'll talk about in a minute. All right. So in my section, we go to sort of thematically. So I have 6 weeks. Week 7 is Hunting the Elusive YA Book. It talks about mostly, award winners. Then we've got nerdy books, which is science fiction and fantasy, scary books, which is both horror, but also those books about how really scary it can be to be a teenager. Then we've got sexy books, which is really just romance. Don't get nervous. Then nutritious books, which are books that you with which you can make curricular connections, and also nonfiction that's written specifically for young adults. And then week 12 is what do teens like? For the love of God, who can
Nobody
tell?
knows.
And week 12, because of the shortened schedule, that's going to be mostly devoted to your final project, which is a reading promotion event thing, which anything in my class, you can partner. You can get a partner and work with somebody else. I would say 3 would be the maximum for group work because then it just gets too kludgy. But you can partner with anybody and you have to partner at least once, which some people have a really hard time with, I know, but you've just got to do it because, yeah, it's part of the job. Like collaboration is huge. In my other class, I partner people up and offer them the option of choosing. In this class, good luck. I believe in you. You can do it. Make a partner. All right. There are also 5 different formats of my, yes, 5 different formats for the assignments. The first of which is the bye week, which is where you don't have, so you're going to be, that blog that you either loved or hated from my other class, you're going to keep that up. That is every week you're going to find just 3 books in that, whatever the genre was. You're going to find 3 books that more or less fit in that, and you're just going to do a quick annotation. You don't have to read these books. You're just going to go to the library or the bookstore. And honestly, you can do that all in one week. One visit to the library or the bookstore, and you can bang out all of those right away. That's just to show that you're looking at the books. Then you've got 2 discussions. The first discussion is the regular discussion about the topics. And then the other discussion is about the books that you're reading, because you're going to be reading a book each week. They're really good. They're young adult, and you can start reading them whenever, bring them to the beach, keep them in the car, read them like you'd read a normal book. They're not, you know what I mean. And then from there, you're going to have your discussion and then your response. So only one of your responses is really huge. That is your literary criticism. And that's the one, every assignment in this class, you can pretty much use AI for as a tool, to help you do your writing. And it's absolutely fine. The literary criticism and the last essay, which is your personal experience as a reader, those 2 I would not suggest using AI for because AI does not know what your experience as a reader was, and it's none of their business. And with the literary criticism, AI does not know books. So I took a young adult class last summer or the summer before. I don't know, recently. And there was one book, and I won't say what it is because I don't want to yuck anybody's yum, but it was a very well-regarded book, and I could not finish it. I'm like, I wanted to know what happened, and I could do the assignment without finishing it, but I was like, no, it's just awful. So I went to AI and I'm like, write me a 10 paragraph, tell me what happened in this book. So that, in 10 paragraphs, because I figured I'd put a little, effort into it. Oh my God. AI didn't know the book and it just made stuff up. It was hysterical. So I ended up just skimming the end of the book. And if you get halfway through one of these YA books and you absolutely can't bear it, power through, read the last few pages, read the first page of each chapter. You have to read at least 50%. But I'm not putting a book on the list that I don't personally love. So if you can't get through it, there might be something wrong with you. I'm joking, of course, but
I will say from my side, I don't have any assigned books that you have to read. I have lists of books that are model titles that I think are fantastic, and you can choose books, but they have to be published since the year 2000, this century.
So the Betsy Tacy books are out then, huh?
Sorry.
Every year.
I know.
All right. And then the final project is going to be, so you got the 5 things. Oh, literary criticism. Then you've got a wordless one. And this is perfect for AI because any of those image generators have AI create some illustration. You describe it, give me your prompt, show me the pictures. It's a hoot. Then there's audio visual, which is you have to make a video or, a podcast or something, like this, for example, about your book. Then there's curriculum connection, and this one is a great one for AI because what you can do is you can, it's a what do they call those things? Lesson plans.
Oh, lesson
so
plan.
You can you can take the book, the content, and then find the standards and have AI help you create a lesson plan. It's pretty easy. Then your bye week, of course, and the final project. So any of those can be group work or partner work, but at least one of them has to be. So there's that. I think that's all.
Yeah.
Look at us finishing this
It's a
video.
lot of reading, but hopefully it's a lot of fun. It's all great books that hopefully you'll get a chance to use with your students.
All right, we'll see you on the discussion boards.
Happy reading.